Time to talk to our tech partners with Noel Leeming. This week, autonomous taxis are hitting the road in the United States. How long until we could see them here in New Zealand? Paul Spain is the Chief Executive at Gorilla Tech, who's with us this morning. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good to have you here. You've actually been in is it a taxi you've been in or a ride share over in the States?
Yeah, Waymo, which is the one that Google started back in 2009. They've had them on the roads for about 10 years in varying forms of testing. I think they've got about 1,500 of them. So I tried one of those around San Francisco. Learned a lesson to not get too enamoured with the technology because you might leave your phone behind in the vehicle, and that can be quite problematic.
But I suppose, yeah, well, I mean, finding those things a lot easier these days than it used to be. What was it like, though, being in the back of one?
Look, yeah, it was a great experience, worked pretty well, and I was contrasting that with what Tesla were doing at the time. So with their technology last year and now in the US, you can jump in a vehicle and have it somewhat autonomously drive, but as the person sitting behind the wheel, you're ultimately responsible. So in that case, I had the vehicle try and take me down a one-way street the wrong way, and also go through a red light. So where they've kind of come to, I guess, in the sort of 9 months since I was there, and just in the last few days, they've done their first delivery from the factory of a brand new Tesla to its purchaser 24 kilometres away, where that vehicle drove from the factory with nobody in it and turned up on the doorstep of the purchaser. And then the other piece is their autonomous taxis or robotaxis that they've started last week with a very small trial, not going perfectly though.
Oh, really? So that's crashing?
We haven't seen any crashes, fortunately. They've only got a handful of them going, but in one of the videos we saw the vehicle going up to make a turn at an intersection. It then freaked out a little bit, slowed down, and then it already was already on the other side. It stayed on the wrong side of the road for half a block. And then took the next intersection. So
right.
Not the perfect start for Tesla.
Do we have any hard data yet? Because we've seen a lot of trials. Do we have any hard data on who is a worse driver when it comes to accidents, an autonomous or a human?
The data that Tesla have been sharing over a number of years for their autopilot suggests that those that have that technology in their vehicles have a lot less accidents than humans. And we're also seeing from where Waymo operates that those that take a Waymo versus an Uber or a taxi prefer the autonomous journey rather than one with a human driver.
Yeah, interesting. And how long before we get them here, do you think? Because it's obviously a regulation thing.
Well, yeah, some of the technology could go global very quickly. So we actually have a Kiwi, Alex Kendall, who has one of the leading companies in the world with this type of technology, and they've just announced they've tested that in 90 cities across 7 countries. There would be nothing to stop them putting a vehicle on the road in New Zealand with some safety oversight, and then we've got legislation. And there's also Omeo, who have the little autonomous shuttles that can work in airports and on campuses. They're selling those and testing those internationally. They're based out of Auckland. So we've seen those here already. Not
beyond the realms of possibility in the near future. Paul, appreciate your time this morning. Thanks so much for coming in. That's the CEO of Gorilla Technology, Paul Spain, thanks to our partners, Noel Leeming.